dela. E além da Médica Sem Fronteiras, ela já ajudou a PCF, que é a Prevent Cancer Foundation. Você está assistindo na Speedruns Brasil, nosso hub nacional de speedruns aqui, aqui no Brasil, né? E aqui a gente tem várias coisas, desde races para maratonas, de torneios até outras coisas diferentes, né? Como a MGT, né? Que é meio que voltado para speedrun, mas é meio zoeiro, vamos dizer assim, né? Então a gente tem várias coisas aí legais também no canal. Recomendo você dar aquele follow também no canal aí da Speedruns Brasil. E a Speedruns Brasil aqui no Brasil é a retransmissão. O canal que pode fazer a retransmissão oficial da SGDQ. Bom, a gente já tá. O play já começou, né? A primeira coisa que ele vai fazer aí é um out of bounds.
Jumping around on a stool in the bathroom, it's fine.
As we all do.
Tá, o que acontece? Ele vai pegar essa cadeira, posicionar ela em cima da porta e com esse posicionamento ele vai subir em cima da cadeira e vai clipar para fora da sala, né? Ele falou que isso é meio chatinho. Eu acho que essa posição agora é perfeita. E o timer por algum momento resetou. O timer resetou, né? E mandou aquele first strike. Bom, vamos lá. Esse jogo aí, né? O Prey de 2017, ele é um pouco diferente do Prey clássico, né? Ele tá mais pra uma aventura do que... Ele tá mais pra uma aventura do que um... Como é que eu posso explicar? Do que um jogo de terror, especificamente, né? A categoria que será jogada é todas as quests principais. Eu lembro de um pouco do que eu expliquei do ano passado, do Prey, então eu devo lembrar um pouco ainda. O cachorro tá latindo por causa do meu pai, que ele apareceu aí.
Not even wearing the uniform.
Not wearing anything.
I know the test might seem a little unconventional, but that's a new family tradition. Breaking convention is in our blood. Once you start the test, just do whatever comes.
Caralho, o pessoal tá fora.
Yeah, this is normal.
There's actually some other really fun things you can do with Alex here. And if you want to see that, it's in the Glitch Showcase, so make sure to donate for it.
Listen, just be yourself. I'll see you after.
Alright. So we just have to go through these tests.
Agora vai fazer uns testes, né? Vamos ver o que ele vai fazer.
Sometimes like just jump around and be mildly amused by the fact that this guy is always looking directly at my camera.
Can I ask, why do you guys skip the intro cutscene? Why do you start right after it?
I mean, it's just the opening cutscene of the game. It doesn't tell you a whole lot. It's just right after pretty much the character selection.
Bom, ele tá falando ali que o jogo não te fala muita coisa, né? Tá no tutorial, infelizmente tem que esperar fazer. Infelizmente eu não tenho muito o que fazer com o cachorro também. Tá latindo por causa de alguma coisa. Bom.
Quality of life thing.
Yeah.
Deixa eu sair! Deixa eu sair!
The items that you can loot off of things are not always.
E aí, Fide?
There's a certain pool of items that it could be. And that body where I got the wrench at the start could be either a wrench or an apple. It's kind of a 50-50 chance of which one you get. So using the save file guarantees that I always have the wrench. Also, I can't do anything to speed up this room. I'm just supposed to be trying to...
Agora infelizmente não tem muito o que fazer, tem que esperar, né? Infelizmente.
I love any game where you can see your own feet.
O Runner falou que ele adora um jogo que dá pra ver o próprio pé.
So he's just running through a whole bunch of tests here. There's actually some spoilerish things about this area, which we won't go until maybe the end. If you play through the game multiple times, you kind of realize why they do certain things early on. There's a pretty good twist in this game. I'm not going to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's pretty quick.
One of these days, I'm going to manage to actually stand on this camera.
Oh.
Could be today.
Ele tá brincando ali enquanto o jogo passa o tutorial. Então não tem muito o que fazer. O seu cachorro matou? Não, é o meu cachorro. Ele está latindo.
If you played the game, this is a part where you're supposed to pick a bunch of options for a series of questions that they give you. It's kind of like
Latido de Rottweiler. Acertou na mosca.
It doesn't actually matter what options you pick.
Yeah, it's a basic scenario.
Verdade, infelizmente.
5 people on a different train track. You know, which one would you push the train to? And then variations of that. But like you said, it doesn't matter, so you just kind of spam your way through it.
I believe that's the nihilism answer to that test. It doesn't matter.
I mean, all those people are going to die anyway.
Yeah, and we're all on our way.
Tem muitos jogos brasileiros participando dos prêmios do Brasil. Infelizmente, nessa edição do evento não tem nenhum brasileiro participando, mas a gente já teve participantes antes. O próprio Hugo Fortran já foi.
Oh, he's impressed.
You picked A for every answer. Impressive.
Things are getting spooky.
Don't drink that coffee.
Eita!
Okay. So getting to this point, we've essentially completed the first main quest of the game, which is referred to as first day on the job. But an interesting thing about that main quest, it doesn't show up in your quest log after you've completed it. And I think there's mainly just story reasons for that, because it's essentially like they're trying to wipe your memory at this point, so you're not supposed to remember that you've done all that, which is, I think, why it disappears.
We'll go with that.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
Aquilo que atacou o cientista é uma matéria negra.
It's not very long, but it's nice not to have to wait for it at the start of every run.
Eles normalmente tomam o formato de coisas que existem para eles poderem ninguém perceber. Tipo, copo de café, mesa, essas coisas. É tipo Venom. Na verdade, é tipo Venom mesmo.
So the reason that I dropped the wrench there is that
acertou a mosca. Rottweiler.
When you go through that tutorial area. So if you do have one, it'll be removed from your inventory, so then I wouldn't be able to get a wrench back at this point. So
pode ser. Eu não tenho certeza exatamente, mas é bem possível.
The scene of that guy dying to play out. But if you go over it, then you can just get out first. So I'm picking up the glue gun, which is a very
Bom, agora a gente já tem as primeiras ferramentas, né? E também já tem as coisas que eles vão fazer. O que acontece? Da última vez que eu vi essa run, eles fizeram a run numa categoria que é meio que não é aleatória. É meio que aleatório, na verdade. Dessa vez, como é all main quests, então é alguma coisa mais específica. Cara, o Hugo ele foi e jogou. O Hugo foi e jogou D&D. Se você lembra de alguma run de D&D da GDQ, foi que famoso run de Mineirinho. Eu nem consegui terminar o Mineirinho na Brat. Foi triste aquilo ali.
So there are points where I'm going to be walking instead of running just to let that recharge.
Teoricamente o Fire terminou, é verdade. Teoricamente.
See, I just got the quest office with a view. It's just to get to my office right here.
Nossa, não lembro daquele jogo não, cara.
It's not bad. at this point, I'm essentially stuck in another cutscene again, where there's going to be a video playing in this room. But I don't really want to watch the cutscene, so we're going to do this instead. So shoot some blue.
Ele agora vai começar a usar. Ele agora vai começar a usar esse bug. Como é que funciona? Ele atira esse gel numa parede, numa porta, para ser sincero, e depois ele joga essa granada, que ela puxa esse gel. Só que esse jogo ele tem um problema. Se você atirar esse gel numa porta e usar essa granada, a porta vai se teleportar para onde está o gel. Ou seja, para o gráfico do jogo, a porta ainda está no local. Só que fisicamente falando, a porta ela tá tipo no ar flutuando. Ele lembra, a versão 2016 do Prey lembra muito Half-Life. É bem mais Half-Life. Esse jogo foi feito pela Bethesda, se não estou errado, ou distribuído pela Bethesda. 2017, na verdade, perdão. Obrigado, acho que é isso mesmo. Foi só distribuído. Sim, o Prey de 2016, o 2017, perdão. O Prey de 2017, ele é como se fosse não um remake, né? Ele é como se fosse um reboot de uma série antiga, que tem o mesmo nome, que é Prey. Só que, pelo que parece, o pessoal que jogou o antigo fala que não tem muito a ver, não. Bom, ele agora tá fazendo um out of bounds, né? Tá cortando o caminho, vamos dizer assim, né? Ele agora usou essa arma aí pra prender o bicho no local.
Part of the reason why, yeah. It's the sole reason, right?
So with all this running around, I've collected exactly enough.
Tipo, o ar de Bethesda automaticamente evoca bugs. Tipo, Bethesda. Ah, meu Deus, deu bug aqui na minha casa. Foi feito pela ID, né? Que engraçado, né? Interessante. Engraçado que os outros jogos da ID distribuído pela Bethesda não tem tanto bug. Ah, tá, ele errou. Errei! O jogo ele, tipo, ele é bem diferente do normal, mas ele é maneirinho, cara. Eu joguei um pouco do Prey, ele é bem maneirinho. E pra console também, quem quiser. Tem pra console.
The game just won't register it as having been completed after you do that, so then you're kind of soft-locked. So another one of those, need to glue.
So yeah, instead of just fighting all the phantoms, he's just using glue to stun him in place and run by him. Soon enough, he's going to get tons of ammo for a shotgun, but just up until that point, it's easier to stun him than try to kill him.
So now I'm collecting a bunch of these materials that are just laying around in this room, as well as some more recycled grenades. And some med kits wherever I can find them, because there are some parts of this run where I have a pretty good chance of dying if I mess something up.
So you just broke that door once again? It's pretty handy.
So this is part of the quest through Glass Darkly.
Ele não era não, porque naquele ele tinha umas coisas diferentes relacionadas a como o jogo funcionava. Se não tô errado, aquele era tipo meio que um modo aleatório do jogo que tinha. Não, eu acho que era uma outra categoria daquela vez. No caso, vocês viram como é que ele usou coisa de novo para quebrar a porta? Tipo, ele passa direto pela textura da porta e, tipo, não tem nada, na verdade, ali. É bem legal isso.
And what we need to do for that is speak with a character called January, believe it or not.
Easy.
Na verdade, agora que eu lembrei, a run que teve naquela vez era da DLC de não sei o que lá da Lua. Era da DLC, não era do jogo principal, não. Se não tô errado. Não tô errado. Era da DLC, que adicionava uns bagulhetes aleatórios. Tipo, eram umas histórias, mas às vezes acho que a forma como é que os inimigos apareciam, alguma coisa assim, era meio que aleatório. Tinha umas coisas assim, eu não lembro direito. Eu sei que era da DLC porque foi eu que comentei. Bom, o que acontece? Ele tá fazendo um bug, né? Que ele tá colocando as coisas de uma certa forma que ele vai colocar eles para reciclar e ele tá ganhando mais itens do que tá deixando para reciclar. Toda vez que ele tá fazendo isso, ele ganha um pouco mais de itens. Sim, tinha uma Love Balls muito louca, ele passava pelo chão da lua, é verdade. Isso é verdade que você falou. Ele tá esperando a cutscene terminar, então tá aproveitando e fazendo as coisas logo. Não tem muito o que fazer. Ele tá falando que a cutscene tem alguns minutos, então temos que esperar.
So here's the important part where I speak with January. There it was.
No caso da porta, eu tenho certeza que foi acidental, mas tem alguns bugs que eu vou ser sincero, até hoje eu também não sei, cara. Falando em jogos da Bethesda, recomendo muito que vocês assistam a run de Skyrim que vai ter no evento. A run de Skyrim é sensacional. Da última vez eu comentei, foi o run, acho que foi o Wall of Spain. Cara, é de chorar de rir a run inteira, velho, sem sacanagem. Ele agora acho que tá esperando aí na cutscene, né? Então por enquanto ele tá brincando aí com o item.
Unfortunately, a lot of the quest markers are just after cutscenes, so there's a lot of times when you can just run around and do stuff like he's already shown.
Yeah, so here we get the quest called General Access Key, which is just pick up the General Access Key, so that's already complete. And we're also given
exclamação agenda.
So, like the dialogue was saying,
exclamação agenda, você vai direto pro link que tem os jogos, qual categoria, qual os runners.
Tells me that Alex has gone mad, and my plan was to self-destruct the station. But in order to do that, I need to get to deep storage in order to get the information to craft my arming key. But that quest automatically failed. We've already failed it. And the first step it gives you is to take the main lift up to the Arboretum, but you can't do that because the main lift is broken right now. So that quest is scripted to fail.
Ele tá falando que aquela quest ali, ela é scriptada para dar falha. Tem um pouco do Bioshock.
So now I'm picking up a fairly important item called the Psychoscope, which lets me
Ele agora tá pegando esse item que é o scope psicológico, né? Psychoscope.
Yeah, store checks whether you've picked it up or not, and he's also going to need it for a quest later on. But outside of that, it's not super useful for the run itself.
And technically I'm supposed to need it to get through this door, but we've already seen...
Bom, ele vai usar de novo aquele bug da porta, né? Mandou bem.
Completely delete the door from the game, it actually just moves it. So sometimes it'll move it 1 inch behind and you still can't get through it.
Ele tá falando que pode ter um caso de tipo mexer a porta e tipo a porta não sair quase do lugar. Ela vai sair do lugar, mas não muito, então tipo continua sem poder. E isso é meio ruim se acontecer.
recycler was when it went off in relation to the glue.
Sim, sim. Jogos 3D é muito fácil de ter out of
Sometimes
bounds.
it just flies off somewhere where you'll never figure
Na
out where it
maioria
is.
das vezes.
Sometimes it's still pretty much in the way. So now I need to get up to the Arboretum, and I could go through Guts normally.
Which nobody wants to do.
No.
Ele agora deu um out of bounds pra fora da porta, né? E ele tá tentando chegar no caminho normal aí pra ele poder prosseguir com o jogo.
The convenient area of microgravity that's out of bounds here.
Even though the whole ship is outside in space, if you go out of bounds here, some areas will just fall through into a void and die. So you have to be really careful where you fly here.
Ele tá falando que tem algumas áreas. Ele tá falando que tem algumas áreas desse jogo que, mesmo sendo lá de fora no espaço, você simplesmente cai e morre. Então tem que tomar cuidado onde é que você vai fazer o out of bounds. Viu? Ele agora voltou pra dentro de bounds, né? Pra quem não sabe, tudo bem que tá aí o out of bounds, né? O que significa, mas out of bounds é literalmente estar fora do local de jogo. Se o mapa é um quadrado e você vai para fora desse quadrado, qualquer área fora desse quadrado é out of bounds, ou fora do campo. Entendeu? É literalmente isso. Boa tarde.
As well as I also picked up a set of spare parts and another recycler that were over there.
So now we're at the very top of the station itself, in the Arboretum. A lot of fun stuff happens here.
You made it. Nice work. The entrance to deep storage is off the Arboretum. Your brother's office.
So there's the kind of a vent I could crawl through, or I could just clip up through the floor like that.
Mandou uma clipada ali pra dentro do Arboretum, né? Usou o spray ali. Alguém perguntou aí se ainda estão no jogo. Acredito eu que não. Acredito que o jogo não foi pateado, não foi consertado, mas caraca, ele matou alguém ali? Não foi ninguém, ele matou um bicho. Matou um daqueles bichinhos Venom que a gente estava falando mais cedo. É que, tipo, ele já tá tão programado pra matar aquele bicho que mal dá pra ver ele. Tipo, ele só clicou no bicho, pau, que é outra! E voltou pra lutear o cara. Mandou aquele que é outra de shotgun.
Now we're heading over to the crew quarters to take care of this quest. Where you're supposed to gather data recordings so we can put a sample of our voice together to get the code.
Sim, o bicho Venom é o Mimic. Isso aí. Os pequenininhos são o Mimic.
So I can either go through all of crew quarters and collect a whole bunch of different transcribes to piece together enough.
Cara, é normal, velho. Eu comecei a ver speedruns em 2017. No mesmo ano eu comecei a fazer speedruns mesmo, cara. E aqui eu estou. Fazer o quê? Acho que ele vai fazer outro out of bounds. Sim, ele fez. Dessa vez ele vai fazer uma sequência específica de subida, né? Pra ver se ele consegue chegar numa área que ele quer. 2016 que eu entrei. O jogo é de 2017. O jogo é de 2017. Nossa! Caraca, esse aí é velho, hein? Esse aí é velho no YouTube, hein? Venom, meu Deus.
Basically, that transcribe allows us to go just find Danielle.
Yeah, so like the dialogue was saying, she's hiding somewhere relatively nearby.
Bom, mas de qualquer jeito aí, toda pessoa que tá assistindo aí, seja bem-vinda aí. Se você é novo aí no canal da Speedruns Brasil, seja bem-vindo.
These enemies explode when they die, and they deal a lot of damage when they do that.
Esses inimigos, quando eles morrem, eles explodem, então eles dão muito dano. E só posso falar uma coisa. That's a lot of damage!
So this is the room that I picked up the Typhon lure for. It's full of those same enemies, as well as it's called a what? Telepath, which is that one. But they're busy staring at the Typhon door. It's very interesting. So here's Danielle.
Morgan? If you're here, then
She's got a bunch of dialogue that I have to wait for. Oh, that's not good.
Oh god.
Ok, acho que ele fez merda.
Run through the fire.
It's fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
Queria entender a diferença. Que referências?
Alright, so let's see, she's still down there. She's still talking. Just too far away for us to really hear what she's saying or see any of the subtitles. But not too far away that her dialogue just stops. So if I get... Hello.
He just wants to work out.
He wants to talk to you through this.
Acho que nem foi.
Get a little exercise.
Yeah. Shout outs to the fitness center.
So again, this is the part where I just have to...
It's a little too fast.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there you go.
Getting that hit exercise.
Yeah. This is another part I just had to wait for that pop-up in order to be able to progress.
Yeah, now that he's done that, he can go back.
Mano, agora vai continuar correndo aí até a outra área, né?
Best area of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Exatamente. Contanto que já tem alguma coisa no jogo que deixa a possibilidade de você fazer alguma coisa. Ah, tá. Põe no YouTube John Tron Flex Tape. John Tron Flex Tape. Só isso que você precisa colocar.
But she ends up deciding to
Takes a lot of damage.
voice code that we need to get into
É
detail.
sensacional. Bom, ele agora vai para outra área ali, né? Vamos ver o que vai acontecer.
And while I'm here, I'm just going to spend a couple more neuromods to get a little bit more damage from my weapons.
Alex, edit this.
Ele agora pegou um mod que aumenta o dano das armas.
And she doesn't like him very much.
Yeah, clearly. All the bad words.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Close.
So there's one Phantom here.
Not anymore.
Then I only have one EMP. That's a little bit.
Tinha um fantasma ali, não
There's a
mais.
technopath in this room that I have to deal with. And it's going to get a bunch of turrets to help it out. But that's why I use the MP. It should.
Ele mandou um MP, né? Ele jogou uma granada de EMP e depois chegou correndo aí pra dar dano.
Turrets back up again.
Ele tá falando que tava tentando matar ele ou destruir o máximo que podia antes que ele pegasse a turret de novo.
Oh, we're good. Nice.
I'm gonna get rid of this thing too.
Eita, isso aí foi meio
There's
por
also a
pouco aí.
radiation barrel in this room. It's a lot easier if I had two EMPs that I could have avoided that barrel being damaged. Unfortunately, I only had the one, so I now have radiation poisoning. I'm going to be stuck.
Pode
with it for a
mandar.
while. My health is a little bit low. Luckily, I have extra neuromods for that.
No caso agora ele usou um neuromod, né? Ou seja, ele basicamente deu um upgrade nele mesmo. Só que nesse jogo, quando você dá um upgrade desse tipo, ele automaticamente já te dá também vida máxima. Então é por isso que ele fez isso. Mas pode fazer a pergunta, eu tô escutando.
Since when are microgravity?
Quer dizer, nesse caso eu tô lendo, né?
So you usually end up just getting hit. Also be very annoying to control sometimes.
Oh. Yeah, there were some of them now. Yes, that finishes restore from backup.
Good work. I was worried the drive might have been damaged. You can use Chief Show's workstation to download the fabrication plan. Then we can reconstruct your army key.
Do you think we have a moment for some donations?
Sure.
All right. Before we get to that, just want to remind everybody we have the bonus game One Perfect Dark Any
Isso varia de pessoa para pessoa. Tem gente que não consegue, tem gente que acaba que infelizmente não consegue mais jogar ele casualmente, né? Tem gente que acaba que não consegue mais jogar ele casualmente. Comigo foi mais no sentido assim, eu meio que, tipo, eu tenho que estar na mentalidade de speedrun para eu jogar ele no modo speedrun. Claro que tem algumas coisas como, sei lá, Rock'n'Roll Racing. Rock'n'Roll Racing foi a otimização de estratégias comuns. Então meio que eu só melhorei o que eu já sabia do jogo. Então acaba que naquele jogo eu meio que já acabo fazendo speedrun do mesmo jeito. No caso de outro jogo tipo Metal Slug, eu posso facilmente jogar ainda for fun. Brincar assim, tipo, vou tentar pegar os carinha, não vou tentar ficar forçando não. Consigo ainda. Mas tem pessoa que não consegue mais não. Claro que tem algumas coisas que você não deixa mais de fazer. Tipo, no caso do Metal Slug, eu não consigo mais parar de ficar pulando. Quando, tipo, vamos dizer que tem uma parte que eu só preciso andar. Eu não consigo mais ficar só, tipo, só andando. Eu só vou pulando a área toda. Cara, eu sou um cara mais eclético. Eu já joguei Rock'n'Roll Racing, eu já joguei DuckTales remasterizado, eu já joguei Towerfall Ascension, já joguei Metal Slug 2, já joguei, entre aspas, Mineirinho, entre aspas, por favor. Já joguei muita coisa, eu sou mais eclético. Vou aprender Parasite Eve 1, comprei o jogo original para poder fazer isso. Então, eu sou um cara mais eclético nesse sentido. Mineirinho Poggers. Nunca mais eu volto naquela merda. Nunca mais.
So you can go in and out of different areas in different ways. Just progress kind of how you want.
Yeah, so like back when I was up in the Arboretum, I had unlocked the airlock from the inside. But if I tried to go from the outside, it wouldn't let me in because it's in lockdown.
So now we're going outside the spaceship.
Mineirinho pra mim agora é só o refri.
Do you mind if I give an update on the glitch showcase?
Sure.
Incentive? All right. To hit that Prey glitch showcase, we're going to need $7,500. We're currently sitting at $6,238. So we're going to need roughly about $1,250 more. So make sure those donations keep on coming in if you want to see the glitch showcase.
Ô, louco! GG Chrome! Que isso? Pegou o WR do Time Spinner? Que isso, velho? Ô, louco! GG, cara. PogChamp aí. Mas eu sei lá, cara. Essa coisa de tipo assim, o que você joga, essas coisas depende muito de cada pessoa. Entendeu? Tem gente que não gosta de fazer jogo de corrida. Tem um cara aqui da minha cidade, o Yoshimitsu, que o cara é um monstro de Top Gear 3000. O cara gosta pra cacete daquele jogo. Entendeu? Deixa eu ver. Tem o Fae, que é um excelente runner de. Como é que é o nome daquele jogo? Contra 3, entendeu? Depende muito da pessoa. Bom, vamos continuar aí com o jogo, né?
But there's a point later in the game where he would have some dialogue pop up at a really unfortunate time.
Peraí, impressão minha ou o nome do cara é Officer Cool? Tipo, oficial gelado. Tipo, what?
Saving him wouldn't cost us any time right now, it would cost time later.
We don't want that.
Ele tá falando que salvar esse cara Não, eu só não entendi direito se era não salvar o cara ou salvar o cara. Gastaria tempo. Agora não, mas depois gastaria. Então, pelo que parece, acho que ele salvou.
I also need to be careful in this part because if I need to collect 3 of these turrets and if
oficial é legal. Depende do que você está querendo dizer, né?
To repair any of them and I don't know exactly where to find any others aside from the main 3.
Parabéns, sim, o Kelvin no chat é estranho. Falar nisso, parabéns, Kelvin. Tem que haver o parabéns obrigatório com o Kelvin.
Okay,
Ele destruiu aquela cadeira ali porque era um mimic, tá, gente?
So I had to run into that room to restore power so that I can activate this lift. Because it's really the only good way of getting these turrets up here.
Morgan? I don't know what I thought. It's good to see you.
Existe um bicho nesse jogo chamado Mimic. Esse bicho de objetos comuns, né? E acaba que tem alguns. É só um tipo deles. Eles se disfarçam de cadeira, de mesa, de algumas coisas assim comuns, entendeu? Esses são os Mimics. Mas tem vários outros também.
Yeah, now he's just going back to that other turret he dropped back here. And he's set it up with the other 2. Yeah, save everybody.
As soon as I set up the 3rd turret, this quest shipping and receiving will begin to progress. So even if I clipped into the other room that I'm setting up these turrets for and killed everything in it, that wouldn't progress anything. But I can clip into that other room, and all of the Typhon in there will just kind of ignore me because they're not, at this point, they're not set to recognize me as an enemy. They won't try to attack you unless you actually open this door. This is another great use of the recycle grenades because it pulls all of the enemies in toward them. So that cleared out the entire cargo bay really quick just by pulling them all into one place where the turrets and those NPCs could all hit them at once. And Dr. Igwe just died.
No. Rip.
And so at this point, I have to go down to the reactor and restart it because that's the plan that we've.
So something he just did there, which he's done a couple times, is instead of just falling to the floor and taking a ton of fall damage, probably dying, you can just mantle something, and that will stop all fall damage. It's very convenient and very nice. We'll see it a couple more times throughout this run. Not there, but some other places.
So here again, using that recycle grenade as a weapon, mostly to destroy the turret that this other technopath was carrying.
I know it sounds crazy, but I can walk you through it. I do it myself, but
And so even though that one button I pressed just now is all that you have to do to restore the power to this area, this door will still be sealed if you haven't killed that technopath, which is why I had to do that. All right, so now we're working on the quest called Reboot. I'm saying you have to restart the reactor. And, I could go all the way through the reactor, all the way through the power plant area to do that.
It sounds really slow, though.
It is pretty slow. Let's try that again.
So the trick he's doing here is placing 2 things blue, and the placing is pretty precise. There's a little wiggle room. Basically, you just need to mantle the lower one, and the gap will shoot through.
Do we have a moment for a donation?
Sure.
We have a $500 donation from 7 Stitches, who says, longtime watcher since 2013, first time donator. I think this is a good time to donate and help get that glitch run going. And just a reminder to everybody, we are about an hour, give or take, away from Perfect Dark any percent. The bonus game 1 incentive, the challenge, we're still about $15,000 away. It needs to be at 13,000. We're at 14,398. So make sure you get your donations in for Perfect Dark because it's coming quick.
All right, so I just kind of did this out of bounds blind fall, which allows me to skip pretty much all of this area to get down to the bottom. And now I need this panel to repair the reactor. Just gonna leave that there.
This is one of the most annoying doors to displace just because of all of the cystoids there.
Yeah, that one didn't go.
So if you don't see the glue move at all, it means the door's still in the same place it was.
Yeah, this one's particularly annoying to try and dislocate for a lot of reasons. Like you just said, the cystoids, when they do their thing, they destroy the glue that's on the door, which makes this not work. Yeah. But also, the door is a curved surface, and it's at the top of a flight of stairs. Okay. So that moved, but I'm not sure. Okay. All right, so we've repaired the reactor. It's a little bit...
So there's the door right there.
Excuse me.
It's just right there. Normally you're supposed to turn the reactor off before you go in there, but... So I've finally gotten rid of the radiation poisoning. This is the first point in the run that I can actually do that because there are 2 sets of anti-rads in that room.
So if you remember him getting engineering upgrades before, it was so he could fix this lift instead of climbing all the stairs you just saw. It's much faster and just much more convenient to do that.
And it's also the reason that I go a little bit out of my way to pick up a lot of sets of spare parts, because if I don't have enough right there, then I'd have to find another way to climb up. So next I need to get back up to the Arboretum again. Conveniently, there's another airlock right here. But I want these Typhon lures first. All right, so next I need to get up to the Arboretum and access the computer in Alex's office.
Morgan, I've been wondering if it might be bothering you that you planned your own death. It's a lot to swallow. My advice would be try not to think about the end.
Kind of a funny thing about this category is that you get a lot of these calls kind of out of order, or at least in different places than you normally would. I think that one's just in relation to the cutscene you had seen quite a while back talking about wanting you to craft the arming key. At some point, actually fairly near the end of the run, that same character is going to come in and give me a dialogue about how I saved the people in the cargo bay, even though that happened quite a while ago already.
It's very slow news.
I've been thinking about it a lot. I just want to thank you for that one thing 20 minutes ago.
So the exterior is a really nice way to just get around where you need to go instead of running through the entire ship. It can also take a long time if you're going from the very bottom to the very top. It's also very easy to get lost if you're not sure exactly where you're going.
So instead of that flight that I did right there, I could have gone all the way back up through the reactor, through the whole area that I had skipped by doing that blind fall out of bounds. And then I would have to get into Guts again and then fly all the way up through Guts. It's faster just to go outside than get here that way. So he gave me the key to the grav shaft. Unfortunately, there's a Weaver floating right next to the grav shaft, and I would probably die if I tried to put in the code with it right there. So I'm just going to run inside this door real quick to start this dialogue.
I won't be joining you. Don't worry, there's no trick.
So there's a secret room right there that I need to open up.
It's the truth.
Got a lot of donations coming in for Prey. You mind if we get to some of them?
Sure.
All right. We have a $50 donation from Moose666 who says, you can only turn a lever so far in the wrong direction before it breaks. Prey is no different. We have a $50 donation from Fire Avenge. Says, Prey is one of my favorite games, and I can't not donate for the Glitch Showcase. We have a $50 donation from Mr. Sunshine217 who says, there's $25 for the Prey Glitch Showcase and another $25 for the Perfect Dark Glitch Showcase. I mean, any percent run. And we have a $100 donation from Alex80 who says, let's get that Prey Glitch Showcase.
How far are we from that?
We are, the goal is 7,500. We're currently at 7,388, so roughly $112 remaining. And also, don't forget to get your donations in for the Perfect Dark any percent bonus game 1 as well. But we are very close to the Glitch Showcase.
You can probably get through a few more. I'm stuck in another cutscene here, and just running around collecting things while I'm waiting for it.
No worries. We have got plenty for Prey. We have a $50 donation from Alien A who says, I love Prey and still very fondly miss the recycler glitch that helped me get through heart mode. Here's to hopefully seeing the showcase. We have a $25 donation from Noob Salmon who says, hey, Lifelike, glad to see you again at SGDQ, and I hope you have a wonderful time there. Good luck with the run and save the mimics.
Thanks, Noob Salmon. Looking forward to seeing you at ESA. At least watching you at ESA. I won't be there myself.
But we're not going to save the mimics.
$25 donation from JD Jackson says, I gotta have me that Prey Glitch Showcase. Love all of the runners and the skill that they showcase to us every year. You all are incredible. Hype!
Yeah, you can probably get a few more. I gotta wait through some dialogue.
Sure. Yeah, just cut me off whenever you need to. We have a $50 donation from Commodore Scrib who says, I love seeing runners glitch their way through a game. Here's for the Prey Glitch Exhibition. $15 from Project Zero that says, staying home today to bask in the glory that is Prey. Don't tell my boss. SGDQ hype. $25 from Cap73 who says, I will pray for you to have a good run. Let's see some glitches. An anonymous $20 donation that says, expose Prey for the lovely broken mess it really is with a glitch exhibition. $25 from Eggy Sonic who says, Prey is probably my favorite story-based PC game of all time. I have yet to casually play the game, but I still enjoy it nonetheless. We have a $20 donation from Scott K137 who says, been watching for years. Happy to donate to the great cause. Money goes to Glitch Showcase on Prey, which, by the way, has now been officially met.
Nice.
So all of that waiting that I had to do up here was for this item that was in the desk. I've spent a lot of time trying to find ways to kind of clip in, like even clip inside the desk or the floor of that room, or find ways to pick it up early, and I just haven't been able to find any way to get to it. So essentially what was happening in that cutscene was our brother Alex telling us that, or showing us this video that kind of contradicts the earlier one. So the earlier video was about how Morgan wanted to kind of destroy the station in order to prevent the Typhon getting to Earth. But the other video implies that the two of us had been working together to create this device known as the Null Wave, which would kind of wipe out all of the Typhon on the station without destroying it, which would save all of their research. So what he wants us to do before he'll agree to talk to us and give us the arming key is to go and scan this coral and essentially finish building the null wave. So that's what I'm on my way to do right now.
You have to decide, Morgan. Who are you?
So this room is the reason I picked up the Typhon lures, because there's a weaver in here that would cause me some problems if I didn't distract them.
That video was
And luckily, both of the nodes that he needs a scanner in the same room.
against my directives.
You can just get them and get out.
Scanning the coral will grant you access to Alex's arming key.
You're not really saying you are.
Then perhaps it's the best course. Perhaps knowing the coral's purpose will reinforce your decision to destroy Talos 1. Just be careful. We're running out of time.
Alright, so now that we've scanned those, we just need to get back up to the office and upload the data.
The psyche of all their victims. Your hunch was on the right track. It's a kind of neural structure. Synaptic-like activity up and down the length of it, like it's communicating. Just one more to go. I knew you could handle this. Our father warned me not to stay so much.
So this quest that I'm working on right now, which is just called Before I Give You the Key, is one of the longest single quests in the game. The only one that's longer is technically Keys to the Kingdom, because the game gives you that one very early on when January first tells you about the arming keys, but you don't complete it. It's the second to last one that you finish in the game. But this one by itself just takes the most amount of time for itself.
I'll get it integrated into the fabrication plan for the new null wave device as fast as possible. And be careful. The Typhon will begin to sense our intent to harm the coral. They're gonna come after you.
So I'm going to come here to upload the data.
For you on my desk, that should help.
So on his desk there were some more Typhon lures and some neuromods, but I don't need any of those because I've already got as many as I'll need for the rest of the game. So he was beginning some dialogue to say that the upload of the data was halted, and that's because another character has just arrived on the station. His name is Walter Dahl. He's kind of a bounty hunter.
Walter Dahl, the Transtar Board
That's him now.
has authorized me to take full command of Talos 1, effective immediately. All employees must now
So the people that are kind of in charge of the whole corporation that's running this station seem to think that we have let things get out of control here. I have no idea where they got that from.
Ah, it's just fine.
One last thing. Alex and
It's
Morgan
totally normal.
relieved of their positions. Do not consent to their requests for
So right now I need to get down to the shuttle bay to find the shuttle that Dahl arrived in. So I need to get some information off of it. And kind of like earlier in the game, I'm using this rail to accelerate myself, except that this time I have to use the underside of it to gain speed in the correct direction.
To admit I'm disappointed with our parents. And usually they had a contingency in place, but a small foolish part of me believed they wouldn't use
This is another part where he's going to have to wait once he gets to where he needs to go, just so the shuttle doesn't despawn when he goes to the shuttle bay.
It's kind of a strange effect. When I left the Arboretum just now after uploading the data, I was supposed to be stuck in a cutscene again where all of this dialogue would have been happening. And the side effect of that is that if I get to the shuttle bay too quickly, the shuttle will not spawn in there. So I have to wait for that quest log to update, so that'll let me know that it is actually here when I go in.
It looks like Talos just got one more Transtar asshole added to the roster. We'll keep things locked down here. And as for these rescue operators, they are NCN9 black box operators. Rescue is
So normally in the shuttle bay, you're supposed to get up to a control room and extend a bridge to get to this door here. But instead of that, I'm just going to open the door from above like that and get in this way.
Never mind.
So I'm transferring the data that I need. So I had mentioned earlier about Dr. Igwe and how saving him would have been slower, and the reason for that is at this point here, if I had saved him, he would call us with some more dialogue that would make this part take a little bit longer. So that's why we don't save him.
Morgan, Dahl will know you're coming. All
Yeah, he's waiting for a specific message to start so he can kind of figure out where he needs to go next. But unfortunately, there's all this other dialogue that I just have to wait through.
Those bracelets are issued and removed in deep storage. Worth investigating if you want to fly under the radar.
Yeah, that's the one I was waiting for. So by going into the menu and restarting that dialogue, it updates this quest in my quest log, and it tells me where January has spawned. Otherwise, I'd have to wait for the whole thing to play before it would tell me, or I'd have to leave the shuttle bay, and then it would update.
Yeah, you got the hardware labs, which isn't the worst one, I believe, but
It's the second fastest. It's still pretty good. It's the downside to the spawn in this category you'll see in a little bit is that it gets a little bit scary trying to get back up to the Arboretum.
Your brother, he likes a microphone. A spotlight. He can't resist. Even though he's hiding. And you are running around like a nervous rat.
To get to the hardware labs, I just need to jump up here. And it's this area again where I had gone to. It's the same area I had gone to do the quest through a scanner darkly.
yeah, there's not a whole lot of RNG in this game other than just the items that you can find. Sometimes are randomized and then they spawn here.
Yeah, this is really the only RNG part of the game that can cost you any amount of time.
Right.
So there's Casper. There goes Casper.
He's a ghost now.
So killing Casper is the entire reason that I picked up the stun gun. Well, it's half the reason I picked up the stun gun, is because it makes it a lot easier to kill him. But this is probably about the point where we need to cut off for the choice of ending.
All right, taking a look at the ending choice, it looks like Null Wave is the winner with $875.
All right, so this was the scary part I was talking about.
Just a little bit.
You guys like swarms of things, right? Oh. That's a new one.
So he's really just waiting for the elevator.
So when you get...
Good lord.
Okay. So making this part a little bit scarier than usual is that the nightmare is here, which is kind of a random thing in this category.
Yeah, the rest isn't too scary, but the nightmare can actually do quite a bit very quickly.
Yeah, I got a couple of med kits. Make a save here just in case.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
He's a big boy.
Gave him
Elevator should be here now. Okay.
Gave him the slip.
All right. Made it out.
All right, no more scares, right?
Yeah. There's definitely nothing weird going to happen.
This is a nice elevator.
Yeah, it's
Pretty comfy. Oh, not anymore.
No, I'm sure it always does this.
Oh, God.
It's Venom.
It's gone.
Oh, see, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's got an elevator movie.
It's haunted.
So there is an alternate way that I could have gotten up here from Hardware Labs, and that would be to go out through an airlock. Unfortunately, in order to get out through that airlock, I would have to craft an item called the propulsion system. It's kind of that backpack that Morgan's wearing in the image there. Because otherwise, if you don't have it, you can't open the airlock in Hardware Labs. But the downside to it is that if you do have it, it makes one of the skips later on almost impossible to do.
This isn't the first time a Typhon organism has broken containment. It happened before.
So here's Doll. He's asleep now. Here's Alex. He's asleep now.
They've done a lot. They need a quick little nap.
So I need to stun him there in order to pick up the crafting plans for the null wave, as well as Alex's arming key. So that completes Keys to the Kingdom, just by collecting it off of his body there. So now we're on to the last quest in the game. Since this is the null wave ending, it is referred to as a mind without limits.
Just another clip to fall back down the entire ship.
You programmed me to refute him point by point. However, we can skip that. A typhon the size
So I need to get pretty far down in the station, and just free fall is pretty fast.
Alex is wrong. Destroy the station, just as you planned. The blast will take the monster down with it.
Yeah, there's a huge section of microgravity there, which you want to hit as late as you can. But you don't want to wait too long, otherwise you'll fall out into the void and just die. Even here, you have to be a little careful.
Just make a save there just in case, because sometimes this likes to not work.
Like that.
Yeah. It's not supposed to do that.
Whoa.
It's not supposed to do that either. Let's try it there. There we go. So that's just the transition point between the microgravity and normal gravity that you would fly through if you had been inbounds, just that kind of clipping yourself a little bit into it from outside usually pulls you in.
So now we're back down to Psychotronics. I believe he has to go craft. What we need for the final quest.
Yep. So if you're familiar with the any % run, they craft the null wave up in the Arboretum before they even leave there. Again, the door's there. But because of the way that I pick up the crafting plans for the null wave, I can't craft it up there because it loses power as soon as I pick them up. So I have to craft it here. Just gonna try a little trick. Didn't get it. So the game kind of sticks you in place.
Foi mal, gente. Voltei. Tive problemas aí. Vamos dizer que surgiu um problema elétrico.
So this is the trick that having the possible, because clipping with glue like that is really, really difficult if you have the propulsion system.
Tivemos um pequeno problema elétrico aí em casa, aí eu tive que ajudar lá. Aí, mas já resolveu. Speedrun de infarto, os cachorros mordeu os fios. Não, não. Foi meu pai que tava tentando desligar uma lâmpada que tava dando curto. Meu Deus. Bom,
Phantom doesn't get too close to the door here. One thing that kind of hasn't come up in this run that frequently can be problems in runs is that if Phantoms get near kind of electronic panels like the ones that were on that door just now, it kind of scrambles them and you can't activate it until you get rid of the Phantom.
Uma coisa que ele comentou ali é que os fantasmas, né, o Phantoms, a classificação de inimigos Phantom, se ele chegar muito perto de algo elétrico, uma caixa elétrica, ele dá uma disrupção. Você só consegue mexer depois que você mata ele. Teve donate 5k? Bom, vou dar uma olhada aqui agora mesmo. Chá comigo.
Now we're just flying right back up to the Arboretum. That way we can get down to the bridge. Wrap up the whole story.
At this point, again, I'm still just kind of avoiding invisible walls. I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally fall out of the area of microgravity.
Aqui, infelizmente, eu não tô achando essa donate, não. Infelizmente.
They don't kind of apply the low gravity effect everywhere, so if I get outside of a certain area there, I'll just...
Donate eu não achei, não.
Also, I need to avoid flying into this, because if I fly into that, it just kills you instantly.
Bom,
Yeah, so we're almost done here. Just need to.
bom,
get
voltou à
through
gravidade normal, né?
Yeah, like I had mentioned, the reason I had to craft the null wave down in Psychotronics is because the Arboretum lost power, which means that it also lost gravity, so this time around I'm flying through.
Do jeito que ele falou agora, o arbóreo, né? Aquela parte que tinha as árvores de escambau,
That seems normal.
perdeu a gravidade.
This part is pretty interesting, like in a casual playthrough, just
Então,
to be in this area that you've been through
eita, o
so many
monstro.
times that you've had to walk along the ground, and then this time you can just fly.
This game looks so cool. Such a good looking game.
Alright, so really all I need to do now is go and hit a button, so time is coming up pretty shortly.
Ele tá falando que o tempo aí já tá chegando no GG.
Return, so
Yeah.
you don't have to fly anymore.
I have to get rid of January there to prevent hitting the button, and time.
Tempo GG. Terminou aí a run de Prey.
You think they have any bases on the moon?
What is the neuromod?
Oh, they might.
Well, it's both an easy answer and complicated one at the same time. It is the future, today. More importantly, our past.
Bom, vai rodar essa GDQ tipo 24 horas. 24 horas na GDQ nunca acontece, porque a GDQ, pelo menos até agora, nunca aconteceu, pelo que eu saiba. Agora, Chrono Trigger tem 6 horas, já teve, ou tem. Teve uma do Final Fantasy IX, que demorou 9 horas, entendeu?
So we had, like I mentioned earlier, the first one is first day on the job, which disappears from the quest log after you complete it, so as long as it's not there, that means I did it. Then we've got Breakout, an office with a view, through glass darkly, speak with January, general access key, deep storage, automatically fails, detour, gathering echoes, restore from backup,
Ele tá mostrando
shipping and receiving,
É,
reboot, before I give you the key, keys to the kingdom,
ele tá mostrando aí as runs, as que estão terminando
all
ainda.
of the main quests in the game.
Nice.
GG. No caso do Final Fantasy IX, na GDQ foi até que maneiro, porque foi uma relay de 3 pessoas. Aí, tipo, as 3 pessoas se revezaram no jogo. Cada uma pegou 3 horas do jogo. Foi bem legal. Se não tô errado aqui, quem fez os comentários acho que foi o... acho que foi o Beto. Não tenho certeza. Ele comentou a run inteira. Bom, ele vai mostrar agora o Glitch Exhibition, né? Então vai ter umas coisas massa aí.
So he's going to show off some things that are a little broken about the game, but don't really help us in the speed run.
This one's just kind of standing in an odd spot to start with. Alright, so a lot of the glitches that I've picked out for this aren't really things that show the game being extremely broken or things that just aren't useful in the run, but I've kind of gone out of my way to pick things that are more funny. So this first one here, I'm going back into Neuromod Division, which is the first area in the game. And like you remember, when I went through this area the first time, I never actually picked up my suit. So coming back into this area, the game doesn't know what character model to give you, if it should be the one where you're kind of in your underwear or if it should be in your suit. So instead, it just gives nothing. So normally, my hands would be on the gun there, but I just have no character model right now.
O jogo, ele tá mostrando aí o que acontece. Nessa área do jogo é onde você pega a sua roupa, o seu uniforme. Só que como ele saiu sem uniforme, quando ele voltou agora, O jogo não sabe qual modelo carregar, com ou sem uniforme. Aí o que ele faz? Nada.
Was that DLC?
Yeah, yeah. You have to craft.
Ele não carregou modelo
I
nenhum.
was kind of in the same area. Just like in the run, I had opened up this place. And then I went through this elevator to get to the tutorial. But the first time I was here, I didn't take any weapons with me. And that was for good reason, because if the game takes the weapons out of your inventory after doing this, both you can't pick them back up again, and if you find a different version of that same weapon, you won't be able to reset it to a hotkey. Another thing is, we can kill Alex here.
Oh no.
Caramba, dá pra matar os caras ali.
That's one of the tests.
It's all part of the test, right?
Caralho, que doideira.
Just like,
É.
I wasn't expecting that.
But, even though he's dead, his dialogue is still here.
Ô, louco.
Ghost.
He also just mentioned that we're in the uniform, which clearly we're not.
Unconventional, but that's a you family tradition. Breaking convention is in our blood.
Another thing with it, the game really wants his body to be over there, whether it's alive or dead.
Dr. Bellin is going to walk you through the process.
It can also do some weird things if I stick glue to it.
Well, I mean, that is weird by itself.
I promise.
This doesn't always work.
Listen, just be yourself. I'll see you after.
Opa!
Breakdown.
Alright, a couple of these glue don't have hitboxes now.
Peraí, que eu... Eita!
Eventually he'll teleport over there.
What did you do with this poor man?
Oh, there he goes.
Jesus! Que isso? O maluco do corpo do teleporte.
Sometimes it'll start bouncing all around, but it's really hard to get that to work.
É tipo aquele filme, Um Morto Muito Louco.
And so there is one other category of this game that's never been in one of these marathons. I think it's kind of more of a joke category at this point, but it's known as Leave the Station.
Na verdade, eu sou muito mais novo do que aquele filme. É que eu já vi porque meus pais conhecem o filme.
Pod in the entire station, which is this one up here.
Então chuta aí.
I don't have the key that I need to get in there.
Ele não tem a chave para entrar.
You have a glue gun.
I do have a glue gun. There we go.
Pra que chave quando você tem uma arma de cola? O jogo ele manda, tipo, como é que você fez isso? Eu não sei. Mas beleza, vamos lá. Sensacional.
Like how there's no key. You just push a button and it's ready to go.
I mean, you needed the key to get in there.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, well, the button doesn't care if you have the key.
Push to start escape pod.
All right, so this one, I'm back in this pod that I was in for at the end of deep storage. Except this time around, I haven't hit the button over there that would activate the ability to leave through the storage container. So instead, if I hit this button, I now have no control over my character whatsoever.
That's fine.
Carai.
Good.
Okay. Needed to make a quick save there before I did that. Take a couple of seconds. Need to load that one again. So there is a second part to that.
Próximo jogo é. Acho que Starfall. Próximo jogo é. É isso, instante? Próximo jogo é Titanfall. Starfall não, Titanfall. Ele tá tentando fazer o bug funcionar, só que na maioria das vezes o jogo simplesmente bloqueia o movimento do personagem.
It's a little bit hard to see, but the gun is now much longer than it was before.
Still, just a little bit.
Titanfall é muito bom. Infelizmente eu não tô com o meu microfone do fone, eu tô com o meu microfone da webcam, infelizmente é por isso. Normalmente o meu áudio é decente, não é um áudio, pô, é o melhor áudio, não, é um áudio bom, dá pra fazer. Recomendo vocês assistirem a próxima run, a de Titanfall, porque é uma run muito massa, vai por mim. Podemos dizer que é uma... Droga, perdi a piada. Droga. Eu vou ser sincero. Eu acho a run de Titanfall 2 mais bonita de assistir do que a do Prey. Verdade.
By hitting him with a wrench.
Ela passa mal, cara.
He's just going.
He's out of here.
A de Skyrim é muito engraçada, a de Skyrim.
There he goes. He also doesn't care about walls.
Ô, louco.
It's kind of random what he does each time.
It's time we spoke. My code name is January. You're not dreaming. What happened yesterday?
A de Dark Souls 2 é bem legal.
If you want to know what's going on,
Where are you going this time?
you need to get out of your apartment building.
He looks bored.
He also doesn't care about floors.
Caralho.
Yeah.
Skyrim vai ter... acho que na quinta ou sexta.
Doesn't know.
Does whatever that is.
Yeah, and you won't always run back through the airlock either. Sometimes we'll go through the other door and just...
Hello, Morgan. It's time
Let's see
we
if I can
spoke.
get him to run another way.
My code name is January. You're not dreaming. What happened yesterday was real. If you want to know what's going on, first you need to get out of your apartment building.
He just wants to run that way.
Ah, feels bad. Ele queria que o cara fosse pelo outro lado.
You're in the simulation.
Then this is just...
Now get to the exit.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Contact.
Sometimes he goes through there, just kind of stands inside the wall. I've had him run in here, just kind of stand over there inside of that thing. But, I believe that's all I've got for you.
Vamos ver. Ele tá fazendo a exibição de glitches. O pessoal doou pra ele fazer isso.
Shout out to the community and
Uma exibição de coisas em, vamos dizer, glitches, bugs, essas coisas.
You did all the work. We just
Yeah. I don't even know the game.
Sim, as lives vão ficar 24 horas até o fim do evento, que é dia 30.